To me, rice water doesn't get bad, it gets better. If you don't know, now you know. Okay. If that's not black excellence, I don't even know what to say. What it is, what it ain't. It's your girl Umbrella, and I am back with another video. In this video, we are talking about rice water. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about using rice water for the past 4 years. I've been using rice water since 2018, so I'm here to talk a little bit about one of my favorite hidden gems to making my hair soft, smooth, and strong. So if you're ready, let's get into the video. Make sure that you like, comment below your thoughts. If you use rice water, let me know how you use it. I'm going to be telling you how I use it in this video, so just comment below your thoughts on this video, any questions you might have, and subscribe, of course, because we're going up. This channel's going up, okay? So subscribe. Let's get into the video. Okay, I think the trash people are done now. So I'm going to be talking about rice water in today's video. I'm super excited because it's officially, well, technically it'll be 4 years this October. I'm almost at October anyway, so I just figured why not talk about it a little bit, or just to give you a brief, you know, chit chat about rice water. I started using rice water in 2018. I was working a lot and I just noticed that my hair was not thriving. So when I was working a lot, I used to keep my hair underneath the hat all the time, and I used to put it in like little twists, but I could notice, like, I just hated the feeling of my hair. It was very dry. It felt unhealthy, and I just wanted to do something about it. So I actually heard about rice water. I watched a clip of Just Hilarious, and she was on the Breakfast Club, and she was talking about how she used rice water, and I wanted to try it. So I think I looked something up on YouTube, and I saw how the person made it on YouTube into like a spray, so to use it as you detangle your hair. So I just thought, why not just do that? Why not just make it? It looks easy to make. Why not just start making it? So I started making it. I started like putting my hair in braids or twists. Sometimes my hair wasn't like it was now. Like, I had to put rubber bands at the ends because my hair was so damaged that it would unravel every time. So I started spraying my hair with rice water. I noticed that it got thicker. I noticed that it grew very fast. It got longer. I noticed that it was stronger. It was easier to detangle as I was like rebraiding my hair, and it just made my texture very soft. So I just kept using it, and my hair grew very long. Y'all already know that from last year. Last year when I straightened my hair, if you haven't seen that video, go watch that video. But last year my hair was very long and thick, and I really credit that to rice water in general. It's because of rice water why my hair grew so long last year. And I have no doubts, like, I still use it just as much as I did. Maybe that's not true. I don't use it as much, but I use it often, if that makes sense. I usually only spray it when I'm detangling my hair, when I'm putting my hair into a protective style and some sort of hairstyle. I just secure my curls or refreshing my curls. I do it with rice water. So I do use it just as often. I think I probably just used it a little bit more a couple years ago because I was trying to grow my hair out, and I wanted it to be very long. Like right now, I'm not using it as much because I'm enjoying my hair being shorter. I'm enjoying the regrowth process. In my opinion, like, cutting my hair was a good idea. Sometimes I do miss having longer hair, but it can always grow back, especially now that I have rice water. So I strongly suggest, like, if you've been thinking about cutting your hair and you're worried about like just it not growing back fast or whatever, like, just use some rice water and it'll grow back. It'll grow back very fast. I guarantee you, with maybe if you use it consistently for like a year or two, like, your hair will grow back at the same length that it was, if not longer. It just takes some dedication and some consistency, and it'll grow back fast. So what I do want to talk about is some pointers. So in this video, I am going to tell you how I make my rice water. I do have a original or OG video of me talking about rice water, and I did make rice water in that video, but in this video I thought I would give a better update on that. So I'm going to insert a clip right here of me making rice water. The video is kind of fast, so I'm just going to explain, or the video is just like 1 minute, so I'm just going to explain what I'm doing. So in the video you're going to see me making rice water, and I start off by, of course, taking the top off of this. I'm just going to give a brief demonstration or explain what I'm doing in the video. So I do use one of these rubber funnels, and I got this in a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4 of them on Amazon. I'm gonna just move it over here because the video is gonna be over here. So you put the funnel, I'll link these below if you're interested. This is how I make rice water. So I put the funnel inside of the bottle, I put a coffee filter inside of here, and then I drop some of the rice in there. Now you don't need a whole lot of rice. I would say put like a small amount, maybe like a handful. Put like a handful of any kind of rice. It could be any kind. I'm just using this short grain brown rice, but you can use white rice, you can use black rice, whatever. Put the rice inside of the coffee filter, and then I just heat up some hot water. If your sink water is hot enough, then you don't have to actually boil the water. I think that will just cut down some time. Like I used to do that all the time. I used to just boil the water, wait to boil the water, and pour it in there, but it doesn't really make a difference. You can just use regular hot water from your sink, or just heat up some water in the microwave on like 2 to 3 minutes and just pour it in there. Or whenever it gets a little warm, it doesn't have to be sizzling hot. You have to wait for it to cool down anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to heat it up like till it's like lava. So I don't do that anymore. I just use the sink water. If it's really hot, then we're on the money. It's so easy to make that you don't have to overcomplicate making it. Just make it the best way that works for you. The funnel that I'm using, it works as like a strainer, so you don't have to use like a big strainer. Like a method that I know, because I used to do pour overs for coffee all the time, so I used to have to like do a pour over method for coffee. And if you know, then you know. Similar to making coffee, a pour over a cup of coffee, but it's how I make rice water. So I just fill it up, use the sink water if it's hot, or heat it up in the microwave until your bottle is filled up. You can leave the top like off a little bit if it's too hot, but it shouldn't be if you're just zapping it in the microwave for a few minutes. I've boiled water before, and it like almost melted a bottle that I used before. Not this one, but it was a different bottle, but this is a brand new bottle. But yeah, I did that before. I melted the shit out of a bottle that I was using because the water was too hot. So I just suggest to use sink water because it's faster. If it's hot enough, make sure it's hot as possible, of course, or just zap it in a microwave. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Also, I'm going to be putting some information below of a article that I read about rice water. That this article was done by someone of thinner hair texture. It's someone that was Caucasian that has thinner hair. So of course the way that she makes rice water is different. The way that she uses rice water is different, but I still think that it's valuable. She does have valuable information on the article, so it's a good article. So I'm just gonna leave it below. You can do it as a rinse like she suggests, but I recommend just using it as a spray so that you can use it regularly. And I'll explain that. Rice water doesn't get bad, it gets better. That's what it is. And what I mean by that is that the longer that it stays in the bottle, the more protein it has, minerals it collects. So it does have a smell to it, but you can put an essential oil in it and it won't smell like that anymore. What I mean by that is that it has so many proteins in it that you want it to be, like, you want to let it sit at room temperature because it's loaded with protein. You need the protein. So I wouldn't suggest, you could put it in the refrigerator if you want to, but I think that it's easy to forget to use it if you put it in the refrigerator. I will only put something in the refrigerator that's natural if I wanted it to thicken up, like flaxseed gel, for instance. I make flaxseed gel for Empress Solutions, and the gel has to be a thick consistency. So the only way it'll stay thick is if it stays in the refrigerator. That's its natural state. But rice water is just water, so I don't see anything wrong with leaving it in your room. I do this all the time. I make it and I let it sit for days and I use it. So of course it's not just going to waste. But what I'm saying is that the longer that it sits, the better the usage is, the better the quality of the water is, and the more the more protein you'll be putting in your hair. One thing I also do as I'm using it is just I dilute it with water. So as it goes down, just so I don't have to make more, because it's highly concentrated if I do just leave it in my room. So what I would also suggest is just add water to it every time you use it. Especially if it gets like low, like down here, or almost halfway, or below halfway, like just fill it back up with water and it'll be like diluted, so it won't have as much protein, but you won't have to make more, like if you just keep refreshing it. Basically, I've used regular water so many times. This is something I also want to talk about, is the regular water. I mean, regular water is like a shampoo that has some sulfates in it. Like, regular water does nothing for your hair. The only use that regular water has to me is to cleanse your hair. It has no other properties in it that you need, so I wouldn't suggest using just regular water to detangle your hair or style your hair, because it's going to dry your hair out. Like, that's what regular water does. So I would always suggest using rice water, because it has properties in it, like this property called Inositol, and it is an ingredient that's in rice water that helps repair hair damage from the inside of your hair follicles to the outside. So it also does prevent future damage in your hair as well. So I would highly suggest you use rice water instead of using regular water. Regular water is not going to do anything but rinse dirt out, cleanse your hair. Don't use it for detangling. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to make it more painful, I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes I don't have rice water on me. Like, if I'm spending a night over someone's house or something, like, I don't bring it with me. So of course I've seen the difference of trying to style my hair without rice water. It's dry. It dries. I feel like rice water also helps cling to products very well. I will be doing an updated video on hair products that I've been using that are fabulous. It'll just be about hair products that I use. So I will be doing a video about that soon. And as for 4 years of me using rice water, is something that I feel like every woman with thick hair needs. It helps me so much. It helps me detangle my hair, especially now that it's shorter. It's just a breeze. I can detangle it. I didn't use any rice water to do this style because I wanted it to be as long as it possibly can be, so I didn't use any water for this style. But once I do take my hair out of this style, I will spray it with some rice water before I wash it, and I just know that it will keep my hair very thick and luxurious. So I hope that you guys liked this video. Make sure you leave me a comment below. Tell me how you feel about this video. Are you going to plan to use rice water? After hearing me talk about it, go check out the article below if you want to know a little bit more about rice water. Rice water is something that's been used for centuries in the Asian culture. They use it on their hair. Their hair is super long and super strong because they use rice water. That's where the inspiration comes from. I think that's important to also note. You know, shout out to the Asians. They know what they're talking about because this really works. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.